Welcome back, guys. So we are looking at the most popularly Googled questions about laser hair removal, and in this last series I'm going to share certain interesting facts about laser hair removal. So let's look at it. So laser hair removal, pros and cons. Yes, so you have a lot of queries whether is it beneficial, is there any downside for laser hair removal. Honestly, with the newer technologies and an expert with you, you really don't have too much of a downtime. So let's look at the benefits first. First, it is very efficient. As compared to the other hair removal technologies or the traditional methods of hair removal, laser hair removal is the most efficient. It goes and targets hair in the hairy areas only where you have the hair, and you don't waste time and energy when you do treatments wherein even the non-hairy area is targeted and takes a lot of your time, and sometimes you end up with reactions. Then it is also very quick. So the speed is a very important benefit of laser hair removal. Again, with the newer generation technologies, you can do small body areas like your lip, your chin within few seconds, and larger body areas like arms, legs, or any other body part for that matter, you can take somewhere around a couple of hours to finish with the laser hair removal. That's that quick, and it is very effective. So laser hair removal really goes and permanently reduces the hair, and you save a lot of time and energy by not going repeatedly for hair removal with your other conventional methods. So these are the benefits of laser hair removal, the top three that I look at. And as I said, there's not too much of downside if you go to the right expert dermatologist, or the machine is used as an FDA approved machine, and the knowledge of your doctor is there to treat your laser hair removal. You really don't have a downside. You may sometimes, if you have very thick hair and a little darker skin, see maybe little swelling, maybe redness. At times, if it's not done right, you may have burns. But these are temporary, and over a period of time, they all settle down. In fact, in matter of hours, your swelling and redness actually disappear. So just relax and go ahead with your laser hair removal because it has more benefits than downside. Now let's look at the next one. Laser hair removal, myths and facts. And let me tell you, I have been doing the laser hair removal for more than 10 years now, and I still get asked a lot of these queries and these doubts, and I call them myths because there's actually no truth attached to it. So I have my friends, relatives, not only patients asking me about them. So let's look at some common myths which is maybe there in your mind too. Laser hair removal causes cancer. That is the first myth. Honestly, laser hair removal doesn't cause cancer because lasers are in fact used to treat certain type of skin cancers, and even damaged skin can be repaired with lasers. So just relax and don't worry about the cancer part of it, and especially if you're using an FDA approved laser, and the radiation that is used is very less in this, and it's more pure form of light than radiation, I would call it. The second popular myth about is it can damage my internal organs or may cause more problems inside my body. So again, that's a myth. The fact is, the laser hair removal, when it is used to treat you, doesn't penetrate more than 4 mm in your skin. So imagine your internal organs are much deeper in your body, and specifically if you're doing areas like your face, it will not affect your internal organs. So again, relax, it doesn't damage or it goes anywhere near your internal organs to cause a damage. The other popular myth about laser hair removal is it is permanent. Yes, I know you have heard it, and I have patients saying, but I heard that it's permanent, and you're talking of laser permanent hair reduction, not removal. So let me tell you, if you do again the right hair type and the right skin type, we achieve results up to 70 to 80% of hair reduction permanently. However, it's difficult or not possible to target every single follicle of hair and remove it permanently. So and there's a difference. It's not laser permanent hair removal, it is laser permanent hair reduction. So myth number 4. Again, very commonly people come with the perception that I do one laser session and I'm sorted and I don't need to repeat the sessions. So a lot of patients are a little taken aback when I tell them no, that's not true. Actually, laser works on your cycle of hair, as I mentioned before in my previous video. So what happens is you may need anywhere between 6 to 8 sessions to really achieve a good satisfactory result, and after that you're sorted. You don't have to keep on doing it very frequently. Certain areas like underarm and bikini you're done for and you don't have to repeat it, and certain hormonal areas which are hormonal dependent, you may need to repeat a maintenance session once in maybe 6 months or a year, depending on your skin response. So these are the common myths, and the last is it is expensive. So again, that's not a fact, my friends. With a lot of newer technologies happening and a lot of lasers happening, we see that the price is actually not that costly, and most of my patients find it worth investing in it, because once you do 6 to 8 sessions, you are done for life. Whereas with the conventional waxing, threading, you keep on doing it, and when you actually accumulate the amount, it turns out to be more expensive than just doing laser hair removal. So we have looked at the pros and cons, the myths. Let's look at what is the next. So laser hair removal, expected results. Very important question and very important doubt. What are my expected results when I'm doing a laser hair removal? So as I mentioned before, laser hair removal is not a complete removal, it's a reduction. When you start doing the sessions, from the first onwards you will see some degree of hair reducing or the number of hair going down. But you need to do at least 3 to 4 sessions to really appreciate that the hair density is less. The existing hair which is remaining behind has become finer. So that's how it goes by, and at the end of 6 sessions to maybe 8 sessions, you see more than 40 to 70% of the hair is permanently gone, and even the existing hair becomes finer, so it's more manageable, and then you can just go ahead and do the maintenance session if needed. If you're happy with the results, you can just live with it. Laser hair removal for men. A very popular question, because I do see a lot of men coming to my clinic asking for laser hair removal. It is obviously the scene nowadays, because you're going swimming, you're going out with your friends, you want to wear your sleeveless shorts, and the hair doesn't bothers you. At times it can cause infections, it can irritate your skin. So men definitely need to do laser hair reduction. In what is popular in my clinic is, and most of the men prefer doing arms, lower legs below the knees, or chest, back. These are the popular areas. A lot of men come to me for beard shaping, also beard reduction. So yes, men should look at laser hair reduction. It is more peaceful for you in the long run. You don't have to sit and do waxing or shaving or epilation, because that leads to more, again, follicle infection, and the hair feels very itchy and scratchy. So if you do go with the right practitioner, and again, men don't require the lasers so frequently. They come in once in 3 months, depending on the hair cycle, and it takes around 1.5 years. But you are kind of, we reduce the hair, again, as I mentioned before, we don't permanently get rid of it. So the hair lightens, it's more manageable, and it's not completely non-hairy areas that we give at the end of laser hair reduction. So these are some of the popular queries in the last of the series, and hope I have addressed all your queries about laser hair reduction, and look forward. Do send in your queries by any more, not only laser, anything else, and we will definitely try my best to answer those. Stay tuned.